It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Man, it is great to be with you again, everybody. The NBA season has now hit full stride. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sports.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Grizzlies come into town for this one. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. And let's...
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Coach Fizz is certainly an exciting young coach on the rise. Two teams tonight that love to get out and run. Brent, talk about some of the keys to being effective in the transition game.
Well, one part about transition, Kevin, is the first couple steps that anybody takes to get out on the break. I mean, there is a skill to running hard in transition and then secondarily getting wide in the lane. So many coaches are yelling at their players about creating space by getting to the sidelines as quickly as possible. Those two things can make you pretty dynamic in the open floor.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Memphis, Chandler Parsons out there with Davis, and it's Marc Gasol. Then it's Ben McLemore, and it's Conley in at the one. And here are the Spurs. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Both free throws good from Gasol.
And you might have thought that with the big three retiring and getting older, the San Antonio Spurs might need to think about rebuilding. But the emergence of one Kawhi Leonard as a superstar in the league on both ends of the floor has extended this team's dominance.
Parker with the steal. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard, killing it in transition.
Conley against Parker, and the call will be against Tony Parker. That is his first foul of the game. And Tim Duncan retired, as we know, but Kawhi Leonard carrying on that culture of no frills. Brent, work and dedication to the game.
Well, there's no better standard bearer than what Kawhi Leonard has represented, but it's been built on the shoulders of Tim Duncan and David Robinson before him. Spurs continue to go out, go about their business, respecting the game and getting the most out of the ability of the players on the floor.
Conley dishes to Davis, and stolen by Aldridge. Conley against Parker. Outside Leonard. Ginobili kicks to Gasol. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Gasol working on the block, always patient, surveying. Good job getting deep that time.
Now here is Conley. He had 16 points in the win against Brooklyn.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
And it's Aldridge on the follow.
High-level offensive rebounder. Aldridge has the wingspan and timing to get to those.
The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Conley against Parker. And there's the pass to Parsons. Back to Gasol. Conley kicks to McLemore. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls it from the elbow. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And so many defenses nowadays, really not designed to take away that mid-range jumper.
And I'm loving the recognition, right? He simply takes what the defense allows. That's a smart move.
Here's Gasol. He's off on that one.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marc Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team.
San Antonio leading by 4. Leonard. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Brandon Wright's checked in for Deontay Davis. Ennis comes in for Parsons. And Daniels subbed in for Ben McLemore.
And if he can hit that shot, it spreads the defense out and really changes the complexion of the game.
Yeah, you can start to creep away off of certain people, but this is an early warning shot from him.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
That one goes in.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
And the Grizzlies enjoying the longest stretch of sustained success in franchise history. Greg's 7 consecutive seasons making the postseason.
And this group has gotten as far as the Western Conference Finals. And a lot to be said for that consistency. But, of course, everyone's in this for the rings. Interesting to see where they go from here to turn the corner into a true contender.
Jarrell Martin's checked in for the Grizzlies. Harrison comes in for Michael Conley.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Spurs trail by 3. Murray kicks to Laverne. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Laverne throws it down.
And Laverne really hustles for rebounds. Got to know where he is at all times.
Ennis kicks to Harrison. 11 feet away. Second chance shot, and that one's good. Wright's got his first points of the night.
Like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. First one falls for him. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Anderson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Anderson's inside game reminiscent of an old teammate of his, Boris Diaw, patient in the post around the rim.
This one for 3. Offensive rebound. And that one's good. Wright's got his second bucket tonight.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. It's the Grizzlies. And so far it's been a close. So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. You've got Ennis. Wright is out there with Martin. And it's Harrison in at the 1 spot. The drive by Green. Here's Laverne. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. There's the call. Memphis gets the foul. First trip to the line for him here. Ray, you played all 4 years in college after redshirting your freshman season. What kind of advantage, as you look back on that, do you think it gave you, if any, in preparing for the pressures and the style of the NBA.
I don't know so much, Kevin, if it gave me an advantage with regards to the pressures of the league, but certainly with regards to the physicality of the league, it's something that I desperately needed. Just a late developer, a late bloomer. I think I was about 175 pounds when I went off to college. Not a preferential playing weight for the NBA, so I needed that year just in terms of the maturity of what I needed physically.
And with these new player tracking cameras, you see some very interesting numbers. The Spurs, one of the lowest teams in terms of pace and fast break points. And yet, they're one of the top teams, Brent, in average speed and distance travel. How do you explain that?
Well, what they do, Kevin, is every time down the court, they set up their offense and they run through their options. And that could be very frustrating for anybody who's trying to defend it. They're waiting within a 24-second shot clock to have one or two defenders relax, get lazy, and as soon as they do, the Spurs take advantage of it.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, David Fizdale was one of the most respected assistant coaches in the league before he took over in Memphis last season. He spent 8 seasons in Miami, where LeBron James played for him. LeBron said he has every quality that would fit a head coach. He's confident in his ability, a great learner, a great communicator. So it was great to see him get the nod, and he's proven so far why he's capable of the job. Kevin?
And an endorsement from LeBron is never a bad thing, D.A. Thanks so much.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
Tipped away. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and here comes Gay all alone. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
And can't be careless when Gay is lurking nearby. Love how he uses that athleticism to kind of pounce on the passing lanes.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Laverne. Leonard comes in for Kyle Anderson. And it's Ginobili in for Green. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Memphis. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And the Spurs with some changes. Saul comes in for Rudy Gay. And Tony Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Marcus All's checked in for Wright. Davis comes in for Jarrell Martin. McLemore's checked in for Troy Daniel. And it's Conley in for Harrison. Well, a max contract last season for Chandler Parsons, despite, Greg, his history of knee injury. That was a bold move by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they needed a great two-way wing player for years. Hopefully, Parsons can get healthy and fulfill that role for this team.
No good from Gasol.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Here's Aldridge. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
And he sinks the second.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And Aldridge slams it in.
Extraordinary work from Parker to find his teammate for the open basket. His passing is just phenomenal.
Pass to Gasol. Over Gasol. The Grizzlies with another miss. San Antonio leading by 4. Ginobili the pass to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And he can do a lot to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Conley kicks to Davis. At the elbow, it's Gasol. Over Gasol. Not enough on that one as it misses. Here are the Spurs with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Leonard, no luck.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
And Greg Popovich has led the Spurs to the playoffs in all 20 of the full seasons he's coached the team. Well, you know what, Brent? He always gives his players the credit.
Well, Pop knows that the players are the ones who deserve all of the accolades. there's no doubt that there's an appreciation for the way that Pop continues to put his team and each member of the team into situations where they collectively can compete every year. And it's not about just competing for the playoffs, Kevin. I'm talking about competing for titles. What a run that Greg Popovich has been on.
And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Marc Gasol. Back to Parker. It's stolen by McLemore. And here we go. Fast break. McLemore's got it. No good. That would have tied it. For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Parker kicks to Murray. Passes it to Aldridge. Over Gasol. Here's Leonard, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Gasol, a screen on Parker. To the middle. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut back down to 3 points with the bucket from Marc Gasol.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to. And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. McLemore with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. Conley with the 3. Goes up again. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Spurs lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to Dave.
Thanks very much. Pop, what changed in the second quarter defensively?
Well, I think we limited the offensive boards a little bit. I think we took better shots. I don't think.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the
2K Sports Halftime
We
Show.
so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They asserted themselves nicely in the second quarter and now have a fairly comfortable 5-point lead here at halftime. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio? That's it for halftime.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get. San Antonio with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Manu is at the 2 with Leonard playing the 3. And it's Parker in at the point guard position. That's the San Antonio 5. Conley dishes to Davis. McLemore with a screen for Davis. Out to Conley. There's the feed to Gasol. Shot clock at 5. Over Gasol. No good from Gasol.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
And continuity is one thing that lends itself to winning. You see that in Memphis, that their key players in Gasol and Conley, these guys are all getting it done.
Gasol, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Dishes it to Conley. Leonard against Parsons, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. And the challenge for the Grizzlies has been finding that 4th or 5th star caliber player, Greg, to push them over the top.
And they've needed a two-way terror on the wing for the longest time here. None of their draft picks or free agent signings have really broken through. And that's what it's going to take if they want to break through in the West.
Now, he's not going to impress you with the overall athleticism, but respect the length of Pau Gasol. A powerful finish there.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game. Mills, he's checked in for Parker. Ennis, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. There's Harrison, covered by Mills. Puts up a 3, and that one's good. Harrison's got 5 now.
You just can't allow good looks like that from beyond the arc. That's just inviting all kinds of trouble.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, there's a couple things that Patty is working on to be a better player in this league, and finding the open man is one of them.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. Pass to Daniel. He feeds it to Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Daniel. And it's 9 points for Marc Gasol.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Yeah, he's certainly able to shoot over the top of people. High percentage look right there from the mid-range.
Buries it from three-point range.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
Ginobili kicks to Leonard. Gasol's in the post. Working on Gasol. Off with the layup. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Kyle Anderson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Rudy Gay's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Martin's checked in for Marc Gasol. And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Martin with the bucket. So often nowadays in transition, Brent, we'll see a guy get to the rim, then kick it out to someone standing at the three-point line. What's your feeling on that?
Kevin, who's at the three-point line?
Let's say Brent Barry's out.
I'm more than okay with that. You know, some of the guys, Kevin, in the new age are running to the three-point line, and as the ball gets to the rim, yeah, the modern-day fast break is not your classic 3-on-2, and we're going to take the wings coming in, and we're going to feed one guy for a layup. That first available wide-open three-point shot, whether 2 seconds into the possession or 12, is something coaches are willing to live with.
Problem is, though, sometimes that big wants to run and does run, but you don't reward him, and then maybe they don't run the next time down.
That's exactly right, Kevin. You have a big guy working that hard. Problem is, in today's game, some of those big guys are also running to that three-point line.
You're exactly right. Here's Harrison, covered by Mills. Outside, Martin. And the foul called on Danny Green. That is his first foul of the game. Davis Bertans checks in for the Spurs. DeJounte Murray comes in for Danny Green. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And McLemore comes in for Troy Daniels. Wright with a screen on Gay. And Parsons gets it to go.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Spurs passing it around. Anderson the screen. Murray the pass to Bertans. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Grizzlies.
And the one thing that jumps out at me when you look at that shot chart is just how little scoring they get from out above the free throw line extended three-point range. They've got to get more points from out high if they want to improve their offense.
Pau Gasol is checked in for the Spurs. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. Davis is checked in for Memphis. Mike Conley comes in for Andrew Harrison.
Yeah, former 4th overall draft pick. Conley took a while to develop physically, but the mental parts have always been there.
Here's Gasol. Lays it up off the glass. Gasol's got 10 points in the game.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Conley dishes to Davis. Martin kicks to Conley. Parsons passes to Conley. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons. Conley's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Always great to see Pau Gasol so involved in the offensive sets, picking his shots carefully and knocking down a ton. And that's about as easy as it gets. Not many guys are going to blow wide open layups at the professional level like that.
Here's Parker with the 3. No good. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Grizzlies out in front, up 4. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Let's get about 3 or 4 stops in a row. Get something put.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Last outing for Memphis, they won that game against Brooklyn. So on the floor for Memphis, Conley out there with McLemore. And there's Davis, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Parsons in at the 3. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That's foul number 2 for him. Conley against Parker. Conley dishes to McLemore. He kicks it to Davis. 4 on the clock, beyond the arc. And there's McLemore on the assist by Davis. McLemore's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Grizzlies. The putback, and it's Gasol found. Memphis leading by 7. Outside Conley. Kicks it to Gasol, unloads from 9, and it's Memphis with another.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Feeds it to Gasol. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Gasol's got 10 points in just the second half.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Davis in the corner. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Leonard. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And this is who he has become. Leonard, with the great body control, takes the hit and still able to sink the shot. And 1. Kawhi Leonard reminds you of the way that people talked about defensive backs that can lock down great receivers in football. So suffocating, takes elite scorers completely out of positions on the floor where they like to be effective.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Leonard with the steal.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
He dishes it to Gasol. Gasol with the steal. And here is Conley, and the call will be against Tony Parker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Conley, the pass to Gasol. The dish to Parsons. Ring shot on the way. Out to Conley. Here's McLemore. Ginobili knocks it loose. Outside Leonard. To the middle. Stolen by Michael Conley. And now here comes Conley leading the break. Here's Parsons. Nice hit again. And there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. San Antonio calls timeout. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He does not like the high foul number in this game. He told them, you've got to stop biting on the shot fake. Stop gambling for steals. That's giving them easy points at the line. We'll see how they respond.
Conley kicks to Davis. At the elbow, it's Gasol. They double team Conley. Davis. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 3rd assist on the night. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And who do you call when you need a big bucket for this team more and more? It's Kawhi.
Offside Gasol. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
And defensively, neither side able to get many stops.
Well, it's one of those nights where if a team down the stretch can get 1 or 2 stops, they may win it.
Gasol dishes to Parker. Aldridge kicks to Ginobili. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Ginobili. Spurs passing it around. Gasol with the steal. Conley against Parker. Outside Conley. Outside Gasol. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Spurs trail by 8. Out to Parker. And here's Leonard from 3. It's rebounded by Gasol.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 9. And so Mike Conley nails both of them. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Memphis.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Marc Gasol.
That's amazing defense from him. Seemed to know exactly when to pounce on the passing lanes and predictive steals.
And the Grizzlies with possession. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. And that one's good, Harrison.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.